Welcome to the Bxngers Society presents movies of 1988 box office hits. And here is your host, Profit Director.
Somebody's got to echo.
Welcome, one and all. We are here this evening to tell you all what we liked about movies in 1988. We're going to go down the line and have everybody introduce themselves, starting at the bottom there with our guest panelist, DeadManWon of ToyMerc's.
What's up?
Hello.
Tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, and what you're all about.
You could find me on Instagram at DeadManWon. That's one spelled with a W-O-N at the end, like the past tense of winning, not won. I am a little bit Mexican though, just a little bit.
Winning.
You can also follow ToyMerc's on Instagram. You should definitely subscribe to the ToyMerc's YouTube. We're doing a brand new show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and we're doing a huge giveaway on the 21st of next month. We got 13 things. One of them is I'll show you one of them. You want to see one of them right now?
Who are you giving away?
Giving away this thing. Oh, look at this big ass thing.
That's what she said.
All right, that's it. That's all I got. I mean, I got a bunch of other shit. Go buy my magazine and stuff too. There's a bunch of shit, but I'll stop right there.
Nice. M3.
Thank you. My name is M3. Do not try and find me, and do not subscribe if you do find me. Don't watch my shit. Just watch Kurt Schultz, Star Wars Squat Box, hang out with Digital Caveman, Ed Geek Home World, Profit Director, and DeadManWon are the best. Your best bet. Thanks, Profit.
Right, and you can find him on M3 Reviews talking about his collection. We won't get into. Ed, how about you?
Make sure you subscribe to m3reviews.com. This is I'm ahead with Geek Home World. And especially if you like puppet play. Never mind. Let's see. I talk film, TV, and tech at Geek Home World. It's in there. Go like, share, subscribe. I'm a shameless whore for subs, so you can sub now. Thank me later. So thanks for being here, everybody. We're having fun tonight. So big thumbs up on the video here.
Digital.
I am the Digital Caveman, and for those of you who have not seen one of my many action figure reviews, that's what I do. I do action figure reviews, and few weeks, I'll have my 1000th episode will be airing, and we're going to have a live stream following that. And you can find me on YouTube as at Digital Caveman with 2 N's. Don't go to that guy with 1 N's because he's a jackass. I don't know who he is, but anyway, I don't know who he is, but he got the name before I did, so I had to add an extra N on my name. And Instagram, on some Discord channels. So, just if you look up Digital Caveman with 2 N's on whatever social media you're on, if you run across it with 2 N's, that's probably me.
Nice. Curtis, how about you?
I'm Sergeant Curtis Schultz. You can find me at Star Wars Squawk Box, which is this channel here, and you can find me with M3 and Kaz and Profit. We all usually hang out. Digital Caveman, Ed, everybody. Welcome, DeadManWon. Thanks for showing up to this. Yes, and don't call me Shirley.
Okay, Shirley.
Be serious.
Right, whatever you say, Shirley. All right, yeah. Thank you again, Digital. DeadMan, for guest panelisting tonight. Next week we'll have Ace's Place 22, who is in the chat right now. M3, would you like to address the chat, please, sir?
Why, sure.
He wants to undress the chat.
Oh God!
I'll go from the bottom up. Well, he said,
Oh, will you? Rooter to tutor.
Shout out, Casual Toy Collector. Shout out Rob78, Geek Homeworld. He's here too. That's a good guy. Ace's Place 22. What's up? Did I say ToyMerc's? ToyMerc's is here. What up, ToyMerc's? Big M, what up, Big M? Old school, yeah, old school. What up? Got Clan and Ball FD. What's up, man? Latin Legion's Action Figure Podcast. What's up, my man? Fucking, it's like sorry, that is about those studios. What up? We got MC DJ. What up? Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. And we're going all the way up to the top. That was great. Good ones. Thanks for everybody being here.
Yes, and not to interrupt there, but a special welcome to my channel member, MC DJ ACDC.
We love channel.
Yeah, we love the big DJ here. Good to have music when we're at McDonald's.
Would FD stand for fire department?
It means fiery, damn it.
So, as you all know, tonight we're going to be talking about the best movies of 1988, or as so we picked them. We rank the movies, and the way it works is if one person picks it gets a rank of D. If two people pick it, a rank of C, and so on and so forth until if 5 or 6 people pick it, it gets a rank of S. As you know, each week each episode, I like to rework the marquee in front of the Chicago Theater, or the Cobra Theater, as I like to call it, to illustrate what's going on with movies. So as you can see here, we've got the marquee. Everyone can read. It's not a new thing. But then here for the movie posters, we've got Akira. We've got Beetlejuice. We've got Roddy Piper trying to convince me to try on these ridiculous-looking glasses.
And those jeans.
Curtis and M3 are there. We've got They Live and Who Framed Roger Rabbit as our movie posters. And
wow, you went
right
right past the
so. Wait a minute. Fine, Roddy, I'll try on the damn glasses. Holy shit. Curtis and M3 are fucking aliens. What the hell? All this time I've been fooled by these two fuck nuggets. I can't even believe it. We're going to have to talk about your positions over at Cobra now.
That's all the fresh fruit.
M3 were fuck nuggets.
That is great.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought
great.
you guys would like that. Nice little transition of the thumbnail there. But moving on. So the first movie on the list tonight is A Fish Called Wanda, picked by Ed, myself, and Curtis. And since it's so hard to keep him from talking anyways, we're going to let Ed begin this evening. Go ahead, Ed.
I would love to defer my time to one of you gentlemen, if that's possible, on this film.
What?
No, it's not. Go.
It's a great fucking film. It's got Klein dude in it. I don't remember it. I watched it so many times, but it's just outrageous. And I'm supposed to talk a long time on the trailer. So if you come to my website,
there's three of us. There's 3 of us, Ed. You don't have to talk that long.
I'm not. It's a great friggin' movie. You'll be on the floor half naked with a bottle of whiskey. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know, but you'll be laughing.
That's a Tuesday for me.
Guys in the chat, for Ed's lackluster description here,
it's really
I
good.
apologize unreservedly, and we will call him stupid instead of you.
Yes, and as punishment, unsubscribe from him for a week.
All right, Curtis,
Yeah, you heard him.
coming back to kill you. Tell us about it.
I kill you.
Oh, this movie is so funny. The reason why I liked it, besides it being funny, the reason why it was funny was because me and my friends from school would hang out and watch this and smoke the wacky tobacco stuff, and it was just hilarious. Go ahead, Prophet. Oh,
see, you had to mention
Show's
wacky
over.
tobacco. Now I have to toss Satan's salad with some devil's lettuce.
You tossing whose lettuce?
Yeah, so A Fish Called Wanda, this movie is one of the best written movies of the year.
Yes.
It's hysterically funny. Every single character in it is wonderful. This is what happens when you take the funniest writers in America and mix them with Monty Python's cast and crew.
yes.
It's a wonderful film about a heist and lots of betrayal. And Kevin Kline eating live fish out of a fish tank. Don't eat the green ones. They're not ripe yet. But three of us picked this wonderful film, and I highly recommend everyone else goes to watch it. But with 3 votes, it gets a rank of B. Moving on, the next film on the list. This is one of DeadMan's picks, Akira. DeadMan, why don't you tell us all about the wonders of Japanese animation?
This is one of the first animes I ever saw, and honestly, there's so much going on. There's so much story to it. It's super in depth, but it all boils down to craziness because it's an anime. It's got some. I mean, it starts off with that scene right there where you see the biker fight, like on the bikes. It's nuts. Just if you've never seen this movie, I would suggest you watch it tonight. It's on Crunchyroll. You can watch it in English or in Japanese. It's super unfortunate that the original dub that I saw is you can't even find it. It was a fan dub, and I probably saw it in 1989, and the voices were just so much more. They were just more like Kaneda, the guy who rides the red bike and wears the red leather suit with the pill on the back of his jacket. You know he's up to bad news. He's got a pill on his jacket, and this is long before the band pill. His voice was like a surfer, and he was like, "Oh, come on, man," all the time. Like he would talk like that throughout the whole movie. And unfortunately, that translation is or that dub is now you can't find it. I have it somewhere on VHS, but I do not have a VCR that works. So it's terrible, terrible news. I did it. I got through the whole trailer. I know nobody else picked this.
Yeah, this movie's an absolute wonder, and next year Ed will be talking about it because it was released in America in '89, which is when Ed will be picking it for his list for next episode.
Okay.
But
so unfortunately, do you have the original dub on DVD?
This year it was only picked by one, so it gets a rank of D.
Blu-ray.
Now, keep in mind, folks, being in a D rank here on this show is not necessarily a bad thing, because it's still in somebody's top 10 movies for the year. All the movies on this entire chart here are in someone's top 10. So there's no bad films here, with one exception later on. But moving on.
Did I pick it again?
No, it wasn't you. But it was a pick from one of your other shows. But for this one, this is your pick, Alien Nation. Tell us why you want to, hook up with a bald alien prostitute.
Well, because it's new and it hasn't been done before. And no, I just saw this. It was a really cool movie. What's your name? Sam Francisco. And it's been a long while since I've seen this. I've seen the show a little bit more than I've seen the movie. But you got was it James Caan was the head detective, and he gets teamed up with the new alien guy because it's coming down from HR that, hey, you guys got to work together. And they tried to make Lethal Weapon only with aliens. And, I won't say it didn't. It didn't quite work as well as Riggs and Murtaugh, but it at least did get a spinoff series. And, I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was cool.
I forgot James.
Can't believe none of you other nerds picked it.
I almost picked it.
I can't believe none of the other nerds picked Akira.
There were a lot of good movies this year. That's why I try to tell people that when there's
I know.
If something's a rank of D, that's like the more things that are ranked D in a year, the better the choices were for that year, because we couldn't agree what to pick on.
The way I look at it is a D is still a passing grade.
Melon head.
Well, all I could say about this film is I hope that James Caan's alien partner got revenge for his father. And then one person picked, so rank a D. Next on the list, Beetlejuice, picked by DeadMan, myself, and Curtis.
Who'd you say?
Beetlejuice.
Don't say it again.
Say it one more time.
Beetlejuice.
Nah, I'm not going to say it
movie,
again.
guys.
Anyways, DeadMan, tell us about Beetlejuice.
Well, amazing movie for its time. It was ahead of its time in many, many ways. And Winona Ryder, wow. I seriously doubt it'll be the last time we say wow about Winona Ryder in this episode that we got going on here. It's just a great movie. I don't know what else to tell you. It's about a ghost that he's the ghost with the most and causes a lot of havoc. I'm trying to let other people talk because there's more people that picked it. Am I not supposed to do that?
There are. And I'm one of them. I think this movie's fantastic. Tim Burton, he's one of those directors where no matter what's going on, like no matter what film of his you're watching, if you don't know it's Tim Burton, you will know by the visuals within 10 minutes of it starting. Very iconic. Michael Keaton and Tim Burton worked very well together on more than one movie. One of the movies I'll be picking next year. But Beetlejuice, Curtis Juice. Let's go.
No thanks. I'm going to pass on that.
Mr. Tallyman
M3
Banana.
might be in line for that Curtis Juice, but I'm going to pass.
And Mr. Tallyman Banana. Daylight coming, I want to go home. Yeah, it's such a great movie.
I would say something about
scenes, a lot of all kinds of good stuff in this movie, man. It's just funny. It's nostalgic. Like you guys said, it was ahead of its time. And it's, kids, man, you're hooked. You're hooked right away. So I suggest if you haven't seen it, go see it. But I don't know how nobody's not seen this.
Right. At this point, they've all seen the sequel. DeadMan, you wanted to add something? Maybe don't. I just
wanted to say
scare the bird away from the car.
I just wanted to say something about how Tim Burton's style was perfect for this particular era.
Yes.
Like everything that Tim Burton did in the 80s was, especially the mid to late 80s, was fucking gold, even into the early 90s. Because I mean, the early 90s was basically the late 80s. That's how it works. But just gold. Tim Burton was untouchable at the time. That's
right. And 3 of us agreed with that. So shockingly, Beetlejuice is not S tier, but what are you going to do, man? But apparently the hotness of Gina Davis and Winona Ryder was not enough for some people. So it gets a rank of
those
B.
people. Can we kick them off the stream right now?
We cannot.
Just get rid of the people that didn't realize that.
This one got picked by a few of us. Ed, M3, myself, and Curtis all wanted to hook up with Elizabeth Perkins when we were 13. Yes, we all did.
Yes.
I know that people hit this thing with some controversy because technically he's 13 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sorry. But when I was 13 and I watched this movie, I was like, I would like to get into an adult body for a few days and hook up with Elizabeth Perkins.
And you're still trying to do that.
Still trying to do that now, even though we're both old and decrepit.
An adult body.
It's just not working. But anyways, this movie, it's every kid's dream. I loved this movie as a kid. Like being able to have like some massive loft with like any toy you could ever fucking want and get to bang a hot MILF. Like, come on now. What's wrong with that? Anyways, I'm gonna let M3 take over.
Yeah, just like Robert said, when I saw this movie for the first time, I was like, damn, this is great. You basically get a wish by the Zoltar machine, and all the little key points after that, like and her right there, she's in Independence Day. Great, I think I'm right on that. Is that right? She's Jeff Goldblum's ex-wife in Independence Day, or is that a different girl? Anyway,
no, I think that is. I think you're right. I think it is Elizabeth Perkins.
Yeah, great girl. Great.
I could be wrong though. She's definitely the neighbor on the show Weeds, though.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
But, who doesn't want to make a wish and then have all the stuff just unfold? And I've seen this movie probably twice, once as a kid and then once as an adult, and it still holds itself. I like when he gets his job and it's all about toys. So he's got that big city building, like transforming it and shit. It's like a big ass GoBot, dude. That was one of the scenes that really stuck out in my mind. But great movie. That's all.
Nice. Go ahead, Curtis.
Yes, great movie. so funny as a teenage kid, you know, and he becomes an adult and he goes to work for a toy company. That is like what every kid wanted, you know. Then he gets to be with Elizabeth Hurley, and that scene where he's like, do you want to stay the night? And she's like, yeah. He's like, okay, but I get on top, and she smiles. And then later on, when it's time for bed, he's on the top of the bunk bed, and she's at the bottom. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but she wasn't disappointed. She got a really cool decoder ring. It glows in the dark, man. And why don't you wrap us up on teenage fantasies about hot old women?
Well, hot old women, all they really want's a decoder ring. I mean, really.
Clearly.
Free mortgage, maybe. I don't know. This is a great film. And like you said, you know, screw the politics of it all, you know, and, you know, when you're young, that's what you're thinking. And you have to take a film in the time it was made. And so it was totally okay. It's a very funny movie. The part about the piano, of course, everybody remembers that. And I'm going to say James Caan, and I don't know that that's James Caan in there. I can't remember the guy that was in there.
No, it wasn't James Caan. It was, what was it?
They
Robert
changed
Loggia?
it. Okay, they changed it then. But yeah, it's just a fun film. This is when Tom Hanks was still making comedies, you know, and still doing them great before he got more serious and all that. But it's just a fun film, and you'll love it. And Penny Marshall was such an important person back then. And Spielberg, I didn't realize that. I see in the credits there. She had a part in it. Interesting. It's a great film. It's just too much fun. It's a great film. That's all I got to say. It's fun.
Yep. And I agree, as well as M3 and Curtis Schultz, which makes 4, which gives us an A-ranked film. Excellent. Next on the list, Child's Play. This was picked by M3 and myself. And I'm going to go ahead and start here. This movie is iconic for many, many reasons.
More dollars.
Chucky will go down in horror history, never to be forgotten. The idea that like somebody could like put their essence into a toy and have that toy walk around and talk to people. Wait a minute. You know what? That's too close to home. M3, go ahead and take over.
I love this. You know, as a kid, I was kind of like scared for the fact that there was a guy that did a witch ritual on this doll, so that he was some satanic worshiper and put his soul in this doll, and this doll came alive. And the animatronics were really cool. The every little kill scene. I mean, if this little motherfucker came at me now, I'd be like drop kick in the field goal, right? This thing's gone. But nope, he had a knife and he did well with his little jokes, his little one-liners and stuff like that. I really liked it as a kid. I literally only seen this movie one time, and I watched the remake. And the remake is not that bad either, but this one right here. I think that kid's in something. I forget what else that kid's in, but the dynamic of everybody working together in this film was really good. I wondered who did the animatronics in it and who was involved with actually making Chucky come alive. I'd probably do some research on that just to check it out, but super cool. Demonic doll fucking takes all. And then he has 6 other movies come out after this. All perfect. I do need to get a Chucky doll and a Bride of Chucky doll. But they're in the works. Pretty cool.
Yeah. And Chucky was way ahead of the game on the whole trans issue with their son Glenn Glenda. Right? But yeah, man, Brad Dourif really like sells the character of Chucky with that voice work. And you know, it's cool because unlike most voice actors, Brad Dourif got to start playing the character as himself. So as an actor doing a voice role, he actually still got to be on screen, which is pretty respectable.
Hey, Prophet, real quick. So Chucky, in my memory, because like I said, I only seen this one time as a kid. The guy who gets his body or his soul into Chucky reminds me of a Sam Kinison type look. Is that right?
If Sam Kinison was anorexic, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
He's the guy who played Wormtongue
and had a full head of hair, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, he's Worm Tongue in Lord of the Rings.
Mm.
But two of us like this movie enough to put it in our top 10, and therefore it gets a rank of C. M3, before we move on, would you like to address the chat maybe?
Why, yes, I would, sir. Let me put my spectacles on. We'll start with the bottom. Old school Chucky, 3 knives from old school. Rob78 says Chucky and Friends. Yeah, till the end, yes. Aces Places, love Child's Play. He met Vincent a few years back. Nice. Razzie O'Kane, what's up, man? How you doing? He said, sup, fellas? Doe Studios got his and then he's on a different movie after that. Shoot _ M19 is here. Nice fucking model, he said. Old school. Tripping with Toys is here. What's up, Tripping with Toys? Got a blue wrench. How's it gonna? Oh, blue wrench because probably somewhere else. But other than that, I think that's it.
ToyMerc's. Blue wrench from ToyMerc's.
Very nice.
Oh, Doe Studios, excuse me. He just saw Chucky and Bride of Chuck dolls in FYE yesterday. Nice, Doe. Sorry, Prophet. Thank you. That's all.
Nice. Oh, there you go, man. You got a window in to get your next 1-to-1 scale props.
Mm-hmm.
Next on the list, M3. This one's all you, man. Cocktail. Tell us why you like to watch Tom Cruise juggle bottles.
He is one sexy beast, but you know who else is a sexy beast? Is his co-partner. That guy right there. Teaches him everything about the trade of not only how to handle your finances, but to do trickery in order to get all the girls to just fall in love with you. You're a good-looking young man. Check this out. Start doing this kind of stuff. So this whole movie was cool all the way to the end. There is some betrayal in it, but if you really think about it, he told them in the beginning, hey, don't trust anybody kind of thing. Like, you really got to look out for you and stuff like that. So I think what's her name's in it too? The girl from Babysitter. I think she's in it. She's one of the main characters. Elizabeth Shue, really good choice. Tom Cruise, I could watch probably any Tom Cruise movie. I like the guy, and no matter what, like he's always been something that one of the guys that I like watching. He reminds me of Marky, which is my son, just having that, because Marky's been bartender, he's done all this kind of stuff too. So I told Marky, actually, I was like, dude, you got to watch Cocktails, bro. It's really good. Start doing that little trickery, but he's no longer a bartender anymore.
Are you guys the same height?
Yeah, we are. Well, no, I think Tom Cruise is 5'9". I'm 5'5" and 7/8. Prophet.
5 and 7/8.
7/8.
Yeah,
He's taller in heels.
yeah. When I inhale,
We might as well call you Wee Man.
Heels.
Look at me. Hell yeah.
So that guy taught him about cocks and tails.
Great movie, great story.
Hey, Smokey Smurf.
Very good writing. Smokey Smurf.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, M3 was the only one who got turned on by Tom Cruise that year, so it gets a rank of D. Next on the list, we've got Colors, picked by Curtis. Curtis, tell us why you love gang violence.
Oh, I don't know. It was a fun movie. It opened me up to like street gangs. A lot of good actors in it that were starting up. You know, Damon Wayans' is part where he's high and he's dancing in the diaper in the store. that was funny as fuck. There's a lot of upcoming actors. Cheadle was in it. Don Cheadle. Trying to remember. Sean Penn was in it. Duvall was in it. It was a good movie. It was, a lot of, portrayal and all kinds of crap in it. So it just, caught your eye as a young kid, and you're just like, you grew up in not that great of a neighborhood, stuff like this catches your eye. But yeah, that's all
I had a completely different experience, but we don't have to talk about that.
When is your rap album coming out?
I have no rap album, dude. No way.
Yeah, call it like it is, man. It's nerdcore.
Right.
I love it.
Well, Curtis liked watching gang violence enough to pick it. So, and it is, don't get me wrong, it is a great movie. It is.
If DeadManWon wants to say something about it, he can take some of my time up.
Dead Man, do you want anything to add to Curtis's Colors?
I I would just say that where I came from, gang violence wasn't really a thing until this movie happened. And this movie came out over the summer, and I was in junior high. And the next year, all these people that were friends with me just weren't friends with me anymore because I was a punk rocker and had a mohawk, and they all of a sudden were just gangsters, and they didn't want to be my friends anymore. That was my experience with this movie. But it was a great movie. They have one of the best jokes ever. The older Robert Duvall tells Sean Penn at one point, he says there's two bulls sitting on top of this hill, and they look down at this pasture, and there's a bunch of cows down there. And Sean Penn, not Sean Penn, but the young bull goes to the older bull and he says, "I'm gonna run down there and fuck me one of them heifers." And the older bull says, "Nah, I'm gonna walk down there and fuck all of them." So that was a good joke.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's
Don't
not
spoil
that great because not a single one of you laughed.
I'm laughing. I'm smiling because I remember it.
I think it's more wise words than humor.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
thinking about the
anyways,
Williams-
Curtis was the only one who picked Colors, so Colors gets a rank of D. Next on the list, Coming to America. This is sadly our only S-ranked movie this evening because we couldn't agree on anything else. So pretty much everyone but Deadman here has picked Coming to America. And
I almost picked it.
I will go ahead and pass it off to Curtis. Tell us how much you love it when the royal penis is clean.
It's great when the royal penis is clean. It's not, you ain't got to worry about nothing, and it's good to go, ready to, for action, But yeah, it was great, and the tie-in with that, what was that 83 movie with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy?
Trading Places.
Trading Places. It had a little tie-in in there, and McDowell's was great. It was a hilarious movie for me as a teenage boy. But I'll let somebody else talk about it. So
Very nice. Digital, go ahead and sow your royal oats.
Well, this is the time period, at least for me, when Eddie Murphy was at his height, when he was at his funniest. And, this movie, The Golden Child, God, I used to watch those all the time. And especially like the guy comes in with all the Jerry curl and sits on the couch. And then when he gets up, there's a big old stain on the couch. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I love this movie. Now the sequel, I don't know so much. I haven't watched it, but this one was funny, and it also kind of kicked off Arsenio Hall's short career, where like every other week on his show, he was like, "Here's my best friend, Eddie Murphy is the guest."
yeah.
For those of you who don't remember that. That's what I got to say.
I was never really a member of the dog pound. Ed, tell us, do you prefer to go to the bathroom alone, or do you call the wipers?
I always call the wipers. The more the merrier, I say. But this was like, honestly, I can't think of Black Panther without thinking about Coming to America. I really feel like it took a lot from that established world of King Joffrey and James Earl Jones. Of course, anything he's in is great, and you had Della Reese in there. Oh, she was so foul-mouthed. That was so awesome. And her and Red Fox, we forget that he was in there, and there's so many great actors in this film. It's hilariously funny. I did see the sequel, Wakanda Forever, or whatever it was called. But it's not as good, of course, as the original. But this was just a really, really good film. It's so incredibly funny. There's so many jokes, and it's almost hard.
A little bit more action in Wakanda Forever, though. Just a little bit.
Yeah, it was way better than Wakanda Forever. That was trash. But anyway, there's so many people. Louis Anderson was in this when he was okay. I forget about that, y'all. And all I gotta say is sexual chocolate. Remember the band?
Yes.
And
M3, why don't you tell us about the man you met in the restroom?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I like one of my favorite parts is when Eddie's just so happy to be an American. He comes out of the apartment fucking window and opens it up, and he's like singing, and somebody's like, "Fuck you!" And he's like, "Yes, fuck you too." And to this day, my wife still uses the line when I'm like, "Hey, babe, would you like me to do this?" She's like, "Whatever it is that you like." You know, it's the girl, bark like a dog, a big dog. She loves that line. That's great. But yeah, good movie. It's one of my. It's in my top 10. Yeah, really cool, man. That's it. Done. Boom.
Very nice. And yeah, because 5 or more picked it, it gets a rank of S. Sadly, it's the only one this week, folks. Next on the
Why'd
list,
you let the cat out of the bag so early?
Die Hard, picked by
downhill from here.
DC, Ed, and myself. See, here's a shocker, right, folks? Like, Die Hard came out, and it's not S tier. Yes, I agree. It is blasphemy. DC, why don't you tell us about how you feel?
Yes, but wasn't it S tier during our Christmas special? Because I
Thank you.
distinctly remember picking this as one of my Christmas movies.
Yeah,
But you know, what is not to love about the first Die Hard? I mean, we have Alan Rickman in his very first movie role, which I was surprised to find that out. Well, this was his very first movie, and what a great villain Hans Gruber is. Yippee-ki-yay, cowboy. And you know, just Bruce Willis kind of, to me, this was his bust out movie because he had done some things before, like what was the show he was on, Moonlighting and
Blind Date was good.
and there might have been a movie before this one, but this is the one that really put him on the map. And you know, just great action summer, don't have to think about it, shit's getting blowed up. People who live near the Fox building where they filmed this complained all the damn time because of all the gunfire and explosions and shit going off at nighttime. So excellent movie. So I'll let somebody else talk about how much they loved it.
Nice. Ed?
There's not knocking to add that he didn't say. It's a fantastic movie. It's when you think of Bruce Willis, the first thing you think of is Die Hard. If you're like me, that and Moonlighting. He's David Addison. Great show there. This is one of the franchises where I think I like every film in there. Some are better than others, but they did 4 or 5 sequels. I'm not sure exactly, but it's just a really good thing. And what's funny when you get to the second Die Hard, he's like, I can't believe this is happening again. And from the moment I saw that in theaters, I was like, yeah, because they paid you. It's like, what are the chances of this happening again? I don't know. But it was just great. And there were times I was expecting him to break the fourth wall like he did in Moonlighting, because I was such a big Moonlighting fan. Really was, still am. But this is a great action film. It's just really good. And it's got the guy from Family Matters is the cop.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but it's a great film.
Right. He shot a kid.
That's right. You know, the kid should have been in the mine, right? Prophet.
If he was, he'd still be alive. And he didn't learn to trade.
He died hard.
Right.
Next.
But 3 of us saw fit to put it on our list for 88, even though a lot more of us put it on our list for the Christmas special. But that's something that's kind of weird, right? Because it's ranked B here, but it was ranked S on Christmas. And the funny thing is, there was a movie picked on the Christmas side that we'll be coming up to soon, and we'll talk about it then. But for now, Curtis picked Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Curtis, tell me how much you love getting scammed by beautiful women.
Yes, this movie was great. It was hilarious. You got Steve Martin and can't think of his name now.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Yeah, Michael Caine First time I seen him was in Shaka Zulu, but it was great, like well written. There were little jokes and stuff, and stabbing each other in the back here and there and stuff over women, and it's just a great, funny movie to sit back and relax and watch. Get some laughs if you need some laughs. I watched this again with a bunch of my friends in high school. We were just laugh our asses off. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. I don't want to spoil too much of it, because then you do kind of ruin that if you give it out, especially if you haven't seen it. So that's about all I got to say about this one. Does anybody else want to say anything? Use my time up on this trailer.
Well, Steve Martin's obviously in it. He's hilarious in this film.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Yeah, it was very, very hard for me to leave this off of my list.
It almost made mine.
Right, and the redheaded hottie who plays opposite these two, her.
Yeah.
Something about her, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give you that
Very,
one.
very attractive woman. But anyways, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, picked by Curtis, and therefore it gets a rank of D.
The scammage is awesome.
Next up, here it is. Now, this was picked by someone else at Christmas time, and the guy who didn't pick it and did pick Die Hard is now picking this and not picking Die Hard. Curtis, explain to us what happened between then and now that made you lose your mind.
I didn't lose my mind. No, like this meant a lot to me, like with me and my brothers, and then through my very bad divorce, and I had a couple years of not seeing my kids, but they saw this the year I finally got them to come and come over for Christmas, and they loved it ever since. So every Christmas we watch it, even that they're in Texas and they're not here, we'll get together and we'll watch it over online. So it's got a lot of, I guess, emotional damage to me, or however you want to say it. So,
well, now I just feel terrible. Ernest
You should
actually shaved
you
your
fucking
Christmas.
asshole.
yeah.
You go to hell and you die.
So I had to put this one on.
Everybody wants to hug
It's,
Curtis.
yeah, it's your typical saving Christmas movie. Something goes wrong with the Santas or whatever, but what it is Santa wants to retire, and he's looking at this guy who's like a really good guy all the way around, and he's kind of getting steered not to go that way. And Ernest comes in and finds a homeless teenager that ran away, and they try to save the guy to become Santa. And at first the teenager didn't believe in Santa, and then she ends up believing in Santa. So it's pretty good.
Well,
This was
I guess
great,
all I'm
fun
saying
movie
is,
for its time.
like, you should have picked this over Die Hard on the Christmas episode.
Well, I picked both of them because it was Christmas.
No, on the Christmas episode, Digital picked this by himself.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all I gotta say, Curtis, is all that you said about this movie, and you didn't even fit in a "Know What I Mean, Vern."
I know
in there.
Yeah,
People forget how popular those movies were back then.
yeah,
So it was more than one.
Ernest
Not
was a
with
big
me,
deal.
Vern.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
he was
yeah,
kinda like-
again, he gets only one vote and a rank of D. Next on the list, Heathers, picked by Deadman. This was a hard one to leave off my list.
a good
Deadman,
one.
tell us again about how much you love Winona Ryder.
I thought you were going to ask me about my dead gay son. This movie is so good, and it's so twisted, and it's Clueless before Clueless. It's Mean Girls before Mean Girls. It's all of those things, and Winona Ryder. What else can I say about it? Kristen Slater is a fucking psychopath in this movie, and he does such a good job portraying a psychopath. It's it's great. I mean, you start off by accidentally killing your best friend, which is what's happening right there. And her best friend was a cunt anyway, and she thought she was a cunt. So it's I don't know what else to say. It's a great movie if you like.
Well, you could
psychopaths.
say, I love my dead gay son.
Is this the one
that
Winona
is-
Ryder? Is this the one Winona Ryder wrote?
I don't know.
I
We'll
don't
see
think
when
so.
we get to the movie poster.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, and hey, look, it's the dead gay sons. Yeah, lots of funerals, lots of violence, kind of. Yeah, somebody's asking me how the live went right now, and I'm live right now. Sorry. Anyway, if any of you out there have not seen Heathers, go watch it right now. It's free on multiple streaming platforms right now. I actually
believe
watched
it's on
it,
YouTube for free.
Yeah, it's probably on YouTube for free. I watched it a couple of nights ago with my wife.
Written
Daniel
by
Waters did it.
Daniel Waters.
Okay, it must have been the next movie. One of these movies around this time she wrote herself.
Well, as much as I would have loved to have room on my list for this, Dead Man was the only one that could find the space, and therefore it gets a rank of D.
Yes, the movie she wrote, Curtis, was probably something about kleptomania.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a dig right there. Next up on the list, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, picked by Digital and Deadman. Deadman literally just went on, so I'm going to say Digital start us off.
Okay, well, last year, was it last year? I picked this one on the first one on my list for last year. And honestly, I think this was the last of the good Hellraiser movies. The rest
Agreed.
of them I really didn't care for. When it got to the one where they were like had the puzzle box in outer space, I was like, okay, I'm done with this shit now. But this one I liked. The first one I liked. I thought those two were the best out of all of them. And I have not watched the Hulu one or whatever it is where Pinhead is now trans or whatever. I don't know. I hadn't watched it, so I don't know. But yeah, this one and the first one were the best too. Probably not much like the books, but I don't know. I've never read the books, but I enjoyed the two movies. So, Dead Man, you can talk about it some now. I'm done just rambling on.
Hellraiser 1 and 2 are on my list of all-time greatest movies. I love the character Pinhead. Some of the ones after this are not so good. Part 3 is one of those, but I mean that was like in the 90s, and there was like a CD fucking head guy, and there was a lot of weirdness going on. But this is great. The Cenobites get defeated and then come back at the end. Super good movie. If you like horror and you like Hellraiser, the first one, definitely watch this one. It takes place. It starts up basically right after the other one, kind of like Halloween 2, and also Phantasm 2. And I think I picked Phantasm 2 also, and the only person that did so. Anyway, yeah, great movie. I cannot recommend it more.
I agree. I think it's a fantastic film. Just didn't have room on my list. And I'm sure many other people on the panel feel the same. But since only two of you had room, it gets a rank of C.
Should we shout out to the chat?
Yeah, M3 wanted to address
that. I'll be right back, guys. I don't know if my movie's not one of my movies is good, so I'll be right back.
Yes, Ace Display said Heathers is very odd. Heathers was a good movie. Geek says Slater, good actor. Digital Ronin.
Right, who doesn't love discount Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, Slater was the best thing about this movie. Wait a minute, what? I thought we were doing. Did I miss two movies? Gosh dang it! Savannah on film. Hi.
You want anything for Junior?
No, I'm good. Thank you, brother.
You want anything for Junior? You want a burger or something?
No.
Fries?
No. Thank you.
You want their Bud Light?
You can bring me a 30 pack.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll take
No,
a
no.
pack.
No. Old school said there's like 10 Ernest movies. Yeah, we're going back into Haverns all the way up. But yeah, all the way down to the last one. Queen Bee said, "What's up? Hi, Queen Bee. How are you?
Yeah, Queen Bee.
You little cutie, you little cutie, you Queen Bee." But yeah,
He's got the Queen Bee action figure.
yeah. Hey, Heathers was a good movie. I'm sorry I missed it. I was talking to Marky, but and Hellbound Hellraiser 2, perfect movie too. Just didn't make my list as well.
Moving on. Next on the list is M3's pick. So I'm glad M3's back with us. M3, how much for one rib?
What movie is this?
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Oh,
Yeah.
What movie is this?
Cherry's at the bar and she's all hot and shit. He takes her home. She's like, "You got a 12-inch dick?" He's like, I do. Takes her home. And he's like, "I got to tell you something. I don't really have a 12-inch dick." She's like, "Oh, it's okay, honey." Takes her wig off, pops off her fucking leg, dude. She's hopping after him. Dude, yeah, look at the motherfucking shit. He's walking down the street all fucking sexy like she's got goldfish in his motherfucking shoes, dude. And then, the whole thing was like, if he died by gold chains, man. Oh, he died by gold, man. No, not gold. Yes. And then the ghetto game where the dogs chasing out, they got TV on their fucking shit. They're running through the fucking shit, man. Oh man. This is probably one of the most iconic movies that I ever introduced those to. These gentlemen here, super funny, and then that was all a spinoff and went into like what's the show?
In Living Color.
Yeah. Super. all of these motherfuckers,
Great
dude.
show.
That was funny, man. Yeah, great movie. I'll watch this again right now, man. It's funny. Me and my sisters were dying, and for like, for like.
There's a goldfish.
Yeah, for like weeks we were doing these little one-liners with each other, man. That was fucking awesome, dude. And the military guy, he like got all the patches, and they're like, "Oh, you got this right here, man. It's for sewing. This right here is for typing 30 words a minute or some stupid shit, man." I love that movie. Fucking great, good time. They did really well with that, the comedy, man. That's it.
Yeah, I have to admit, I would enjoy having my own theme music follow me around.
Oh,
But
yeah.
M3 was the only one who remembered this movie and put it on his list, and therefore it gets a rank of D.
He's nuts.
Next on the list, this one was picked just by me. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Clown Brigade.
If we're being realistic, this is B-movie trash. However, the theme song with that heavy metal circus guitar riff got my attention. And then after actually paying attention to this movie, it is very well made for the low budget B-movie trash that it is meant to be. The clowns are all fantastic. They managed to make these goofy looking things actually kind of scary. All
The
the like
sets are great, too.
kills are very inventive. I mean, look, he just ran him off the road with an invisible car. You know, that guy's head just got punched clean off. Shadow puppets can eat people. Popcorn becomes little monsters that eat you instead of you eating it. And, you know, a couple of pervert ice cream men hook up with some alien clown bitches. Like, this movie is just a fun ride all the way from front to back. It's hilarious and entertaining and visually spectacular. And I know it's B-movie garbage, but it knows it's B-movie garbage, and it embraces it wholeheartedly. So, yeah, if you haven't seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, do yourself a favor and watch it, or at the very least, go on YouTube and look up the theme song for Killer Clowns from Outer Space and listen to that, because it is incredible.
Hey,
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, picked only by me, and therefore gets a rank of B.
I have to disagree with it being garbage. That movie is not garbage. I didn't pick that movie because I thought I picked another movie, and I totally skipped number 6 for some reason, and that's it was a hard choice. But
Well,
that movie
obviously,
is
I
not
don't think
bad.
it's garbage. I picked it. I'm the only one who did.
Prophet, I got a
But I
question.
say it's B movie garbage because that's like the genre it's in.
Yeah.
Do you think John Leguizamo took inspiration for his portrayal of the clown in Spawn?
Violators?
Violator.
No, completely
Not at all.
different.
No, because I love that.
But next up on the list, License to Drive. M3. Tell
I
us
almost picked that.
why you missed the Corys.
The Corey, the Hames brothers, Corey Haim, the Corey brothers, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Oh shit!
They were always a great team, and so no matter what movie they came out with, they always kind of carried the same characters that are kind of like Adam Sandler, like they always had the same people in the same movies and shit. This License to Drive movie was one that it got me, and I was I think 1988, 12 years old. I always wanted to drive. Now kids don't want to drive. You have to like force them to get their license. This is one of those things where you want your license. You want to be able to take your parents' car. You want excuse me. You want to be able to go to parties and hang out and shit. And so like the only thing I can do is like memories on this thing. And the girl was cute. She gets drunk. They put her in the car. Ends up fucking the car up at the end. I believe it's his grandpa's caddy, and it's fucking dope, man. It's like a '77 big old truckster and shit, man. So and they just go out and fuck around, and I think I'm blabbing because I don't remember anything specific. It's been a while since I've seen this. Very, very, very good movie. Very, very good movie. And oh, what's her name from Boogie Nights and shit? Yeah, and Austin Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me. Great. Great movie.
I'll say this. I don't care how hot Heather Graham is. If you're going to scratch up the hood of a Cadillac with your high heels just for the sake of being a bitch, I hope you fucking die in a car crash. But Embry's the only one who picked this movie, and therefore it gets a rank of D. Next
There's a lot of
list,
D's in this episode.
Phantasm 2, picked by Deadman. Deadman, take us away on the sphere and why you fear it.
I don't really fear it, but I do gotta say that this entire series is amazing. I think there's 7 movies in total, and they all take place directly after the other. And sometimes, like, well, Phantasm 1 was in 1987, and so this was in 1988. So it's not that big of a difference in the way the characters look. But there's some of them that are like 5 and 10 years, and some of these characters the actors are actually fairly old. So it's a real big difference, and it's super funny to watch. However, the story is great. The tall man gets defeated so many times and just comes back. The whole horror aspect about this that nobody gets or understands. I don't know if I think it comes out in this one that it's alien based. It's like a big alien sort of situation where I can't say anything more or better about this entire franchise. It's not just this movie that made me put this movie on here. It was the fact that a Phantasm movie came out in this year. We could have picked, I think the next one came out in 90.
That sounds
91,
about
I think.
right.
And I would have picked Phantasm 3 at that point, just because this entire series is just amazing. My wife and I actually spent an entire day 2 years ago watching all of them. It was a Sunday afternoon, and we just sat down and we watched. Well, it wasn't an afternoon; it was the whole day. We just watched all of them. We sat down, we got drunk, we watched all of them. We ate chicken wings, we made tacos for dinner, and we just had a great day just watching Phantasm. And I would suggest to all of you out there to do the same.
Hell yeah.
Nice. It's definitely better than Children of the Corn.
Fuck you. Children of the Corn is the best movie that's ever been made. That's not true. It's one of the best movies that's ever been made.
Yeah, it's like the only thing I ever remember about Phantasm is like the little spheres, and then like they go, "It was a dream," and he goes, "No, it's not."
Right.
Yeah.
That was the end of this trailer, actually. But
That
yeah,
is good.
only a dead man found room, so D it gets.
Man.
Next on the list,
But if
Rain
but if
Man.
we ever want to talk about Children of the Corn, we could do a whole episode on that.
Children of the Corn was good.
Say that
M3, why don't you
Halloween
tell
movie.
us why you like to drive slow in the driveway?
Dustin Hoffman and again Tom Cruise. Pretty much anything with Tom Cruise in it, I'm in. This was a movie that when I started watching it, I was like, I was young, real young. We rented it on the VCR, and my mom brought it home because it was kind of like drama. But I got to sit down and watch it and really take in, like, this isn't we okay. So we just watched The Accountant 2 today, and we're a fan of. My wife and I both went and watched that, so we're a fan of The Accountant. Kind of goes along lines of just kind of using your friends or your nephew. I don't remember what their correlation was with. I think they're
Brothers.
Brothers. Yeah, and so he was able to use his brother's knowledge or not knowledge, but the way his brain works. Right, he can count numbers and he figures it out. So he's like, "Fuck, we're going to the casino, man." Starts using them, dressing them up. I gotta have white underpants. Where's my white underpants? I need white underpants. He flips out because so Tom Cruise constantly has to babysit this grown man, but is kind of like using him in a sense, but also in the end he really loves his brother, so he's gonna like pretty much. I forget exactly what happens at the end. It's been a long time, but it's his trials and tribulations with a man who has extreme autism. If I don't even think. It would be autism. I think it's what's the where they have an extra chromosome is when the Down syndrome, but you don't have the appearance of it. You're using all that. You've got brain power. So pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. I would watch it today, but it's been a while since I've seen it. And Accountant 2, a good movie. If you guys want to see a movie, maybe not go to the movie theater, but when it comes out, it's worth it. Good flick. And then Dustin Hoffman's a good guy. I liked him in Outbreak. Outbreak was a good movie. He's always a good actor too, but shout out Tom Cruise. Good flick, good visuals, good casino time.
He's flailing. People love him.
Yeah, I don't know if the whole message of him using his brother's autism to cheat at poker is like the best way to deal with an autistic relative, but hey.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the real reason that M3 picked this movie.
Tom Cruise.
It's because
Tom Cruise.
well, besides that, and we know he's a secret Scientologist down there. But
Great.
no.
He is.
M3 had to be home in time to watch Judge Wapner.
Yeah. Judge Wapner. Judge Wapner. Yeah, he would do that repeating thing too. Yeah. All right. Fuck. It was great.
Right. Well, M3, let's see if you can count. How many people picked this movie? Oh, just one. It's a D.
Damn.
Next on the list, another one picked by just one. Rambo
Really?
3. Ed, tell us why you like Sylvester Stallone's oily muscles.
Because when I look in the mirror, that's who I see. I look back.
So you have like a funhouse mirror or something?
I do. It's very distorted. Objects are much larger than they appear in real life or even in fantasy. And it's got a Tom Cruise part in the mirror. But anyway, that's something else.
I'm a star.
I'm a star, but I'm surprised that this didn't get much more love. This is one of the penultimate Rambo films of the 80s. I mean, oh my gosh, I'll watch this film when it comes on. This is I think when he's fighting in Afghanistan. And if I'm wrong, then they must have changed. Yeah.
It was
oh my gosh, it's a
Afghanistan.
helicopter, and all this stuff. I mean, just there's so much to it, so much action. It was so over the top at that point in the franchise. First Blood is definitely the best film in that franchise. We know that. But this just took it up an extra step. It's everything bombastic 80s action films copied. This Rambo was the franchise that did it, and it's a fantastic film. It's just a fun ride. You turn your brain off, suspend all reality, and have a damn good time watching this film, watching them blow up shit. Isn't that what it's about anyway? So, great film. Oh, and I still got to keep talking. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And shameless plug there. And
Hey, any movie where you can blow a helicopter up with an arrow is a great
I
movie,
know.
right?
Because that happens in real life. So, you know,
Of course it does. I
Rambo's
mean,
real.
you know,
It's great. It's a
you,
great.
you have to
fun
have a
action
real life
film.
soldier as good as Rambo, though, which is
Yeah.
very
I'm
odd to
surprised you
find.
don't
What
have
about the
any Rambo
decoys?
action.
Dukes of Hazzard?
I'm surprised I don't have a lot of Rambo action figures out there. I'm
But
surprised.
in spite of the 3 in the title, only one person picked it, and it gets a rank of D. Next on the list, Scrooge. And though I did pick this for Christmas, I did not pick it today. But Ed and Curtis both did. Curtis, why don't you start us off on Scrooge? Tell us how you want to staple antlers to a mouse's head.
No, I really don't. But yeah, this is a great, differently told story of Scrooge, and it's a hilarious movie. Of course, you got Bill Murray in it, and a few other people, and it's just a well written, different type of Scrooge, and it's definitely more adult. But it takes place in Chicago. I mean Chicago, and you know, yeah.
Is that like Wakanda?
And it's just a funny movie. I don't really want to I'm sure everybody's seen this. It's just and if you haven't, you need to see it. But I'm gonna let Ed go ahead and talk the rest of it. Your turn.
Great
agree
job.
with you on that.
Great job, Curtis, on
Haven't
that. I wonder if this is another film, and you could tell us, Prophet, did this do better on our Christmas special? I feel like it would have than
It did. On the Christmas, it was A-tier.
Okay, because this is definitely an A-tier film. This is like some people's tradition every year is A Christmas Story, or used to be watching that film. For me, it's Scrooge. That's one of the films I have to watch, besides the regular, serious Scrooge films that I love. But this was so great. One of Bill Murray's funniest yet heartwarming films. I really like it, and Bobcat Goldthwait, I don't think he's around anymore, certainly not performing, but he was hilarious. It's his intern in there. This is probably one of his funniest roles on film, and people kind of forget him, but it's worth watching. And the girl in there, I forget her name, so cute, the little girlfriend that calls him, what does she call him? Puffy, Stuffy?
Yeah, it's Marion Ravenwood. It's
Yeah.
Okay. She's just really cute in the film, and it's a fun film, and it doesn't feel like Christmas if I don't watch this film, and I could watch it when it wasn't Christmas. That's how good of a film it is. So thumbs up on that.
Nice. And though more of us did agree with that sentiment on the Christmas episode, less of us did today, so it gets a rank of C. Next on the list,
C is for Curtis.
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, picked by Deadman and myself. I was so happy to see that I wasn't the only person to pick Baron Munchausen. This movie is so fantastic. I loved this movie when I was younger. I watched it many, many times over. It's one of those stories where you're being shown literally the exaggerations of a boasting storyteller. The kind of thing where like a boastful person would say, I went so high we reached the moon. You know what I mean? Like the big fish story. I caught a fish this big, and it's actually like really tiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I got a big dick.
that's kind of what this is about. But it's the visuals are spectacular. It introduces you to a fantastical world. It uses the cast of Monty Python to do it. And it's directed by Terry Gilliam, very visionary director, on par with Tim Burton and Guillermo del Toro. I think he's one of the best. And I'm going to pass it on to Deadman.
This movie is fantastic is not the right word. I can't think of a better word, however, but fantastic isn't good enough for how good this movie is. This movie is amazing. It is fantastic to the 10th power, whatever. It is a fantastical story about a storyteller that embellishes his stories and all that, but it's also a story of a man getting a band back together, basically, and all the people he gets back together They're just actors who are playing the play of the story, and it's done so well, and he makes them all believe in themselves, and they pull off some crazy shit because of it. It's a great movie. It's uplifting.
There
and
they are.
Children should definitely see this movie.
Mhm.
And there's
It's a good film.
It's a great
Hey.
movie. If you haven't seen it, see it now.
I haven't seen it.
Like, just stop watching us right now and go watch this movie if you haven't seen it.
Okay.
Seriously.
No.
I wouldn't have
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Some other people might think that was unpopular of me to say, but
But I will
definitely
agree
watch
that
it for the
a new
adventures
word
of
needs to be
DeadManWon.
invented. Let's say Fantassinfinity.
I haven't seen this. Now I want to see it because it's popped up on my YouTube scrolling stuff. Like I'm like,
It reminds me of the Buckaroo Banzai film in a way, not completely.
Yeah,
like-
it's
That's
great.
probably-
It's
see that,
literally
this is-
like
this is 1,000 times
fantasy
better.
British Avengers.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
only two of us
100%.
picked it. So I skipped. Only two of us picked it, so it gets a rank of C. I'm sure you all saw what was next. The Great Outdoors, picked by Digital M3 and Curtis Schultz, and that little chuckle Curtis gave makes me think he's desperate to go first. So go ahead, Curtis.
He's just desperate.
another great movie to watch with your family when it came out and it hit cable. Man, we watched it all the time. As me and my brothers, you know, when parents are at work in the summertime, you sit there and watch it. The raccoons were great. The whole movie had all kinds of good stuff in it. It was John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, a few other you'll recognize the wives in it. I forgot their names. And basically they go out, or John Candy's family goes out and this escape from life to the great outdoors. The cabin ain't all that great, and then his sister and brother-in-law show up out of nowhere, and I mean, there's just a lot of good stuff in it, and I'll give it to whoever the next person is.
Yeah, Digital. Would you look at the size of the maggots on that meat?
Well, I'm going to say this about this movie. This movie is the movie that taught me what hot dogs are truly made out of. And you know, between that and the okay, you got to eat the fat and the gristle too.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when he shoots the bear in the ass at the end, and now he's the bald-headed bare-ass bear of whichever county it was.
Yeah.
But this movie was hilarious from start to finish. And it's probably Dan Aykroyd and John Candy at their greatest. At their funniest, at least, to me. And so, was there somebody else that had to talk about it?
Yeah, M3. M3,
Oh.
Why don't you wrap up the Great Outdoors and then address the chat for us?
Great Outdoors is great. I really like the steak scene where John Candy's awesome, man. Rest in peace. Dan Aykroyd was amazing. They're just two great. Saturday Night Live, fucking all over, right? They're really cool. The bear, when he gets shot in the butt and the butt cheeks are like bear and shit, dude.
The bear's like,
The raccoons talk to each other, and it has a little fucking subs down here and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Titles.
And it was just John Candy wanting to take his family out, but then here comes this pompous fucking city asshole that comes into it, Dan Aykroyd. It's a great movie. Really, just one of those great John Candy films. I would attribute this film to John Candy, so that's cool. Very
great
cool.
family film, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, a chat. Hello, chat. Hello, geek. DFS. He said, I miss it. DFS Infinite says, I miss this movie. Aces Place, how didn't all of you pick this one? Another perfect film. Not sure exactly which one you're talking about. But Bull 80, what's up? In through the Great Outdoors. Great. Ha ha ha. Bull 80, what up, Bull? You little quiet man. You little quiet man. You. Doe Studio says, hey, Queen, ToyMerc's, and Boss Man. ToyMerc says, at Digital Ronin Photos, one of Dead Man's faves, and Old School, that's bad. That's Bass Lake. I used to live close to there. Oh, shit. Old School is from the Great Outdoors and shit, man. Ace's Place
wow.
is still here. Warforge _ JP said celebrities. Geek Homeworld, what's up? Digital Ronin Photos says, "Oh, I forgot about the Baron movie that you guys just talked about." Yeah, but shout out War. What's up, War? And Wade Create. What up, Wade Create? How you doing, man? Slipping up here. Digital Ronin still geek, and looks like that's about it. Prophet caught up with Boss Man, time to eat. What's up, homie?
Boss Man.
I hope you're still here, and sorry we're not engaging with chat too much, but it's like certain segments every 15 minutes or something, man. But good to see you, Boss Man. That's it, Prophet.
Right. And Fumbling Through the Galaxy just said The Bald Ass Bear, such a great movie.
Yeah, what's up, Fumbling?
Yeah. Well, sadly, only 3 people picked this movie. Therefore, it gets a rank of B. And if you don't like it, you can go find yourself a spin cycle.
Jeez.
Next on the list, The Naked Gun, picked by Digital and Ed. Ed, I don't think you've gone first once tonight. Why don't you go first now?
This should be an S tier film. I'm sorry. Something's wrong with all of you people. You all suck. This is a classic. Oh my God. And as much as I want to see the new version, it'll never touch what Leslie Nielsen, comic genius that he was in this film, in the Police Academy films, Naked Gun films, excuse me. This is just so over the top. I think this film was about, if I'm correct on this one, it was a plot to kill the Queen of England or something, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen this. I've probably seen this film.
No. The whole movie was about Priscilla Presley's beaver. See, there it is right here.
Yeah.
Getting handed down.
That's a good point. But Ricardo Montalban in this. Khan is in it. Yeah, there's the Queen. Yeah, and Reggie Jackson. Is that Reggie Jackson was going to kill her? There's so many. Oh my gosh! If you love Airplane, you should love the Naked Gun series of films. Anybody wants to chime in, please do. You can't. What can you say about?
Well, Digital still has to go. So if you're ready for him to take over,
yeah, Digital, please take over.
Okay, the spoof movie to end all spoof movies, and I can't really say this is a spoof movie. It doesn't really make fun of a lot of other movies, but I will say when Leslie Nielsen passed, they should have quit making spoof movies because you can't make a great spoof movie without Leslie Nielsen. But this series, the series, it was what, 3 of them, right?
3 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
3.
Because the last one was 33 and a third.
Exactly.
They were all hilarious. And, some of the jokes you get instantly. Some of the jokes you don't get till maybe later. And I will say, as much as I loved the 3 movies, I was never able to watch the what was it, like 12 episodes of the TV show?
Yeah.
Police Squad.
Right.
I could never get into the show. And I don't know if maybe the episodes just being in a 30-minute time slot, it just wasn't enough time there. Or what? Maybe I'm just dense and don't get the stuff as quickly as I should.
You're probably dense, regardless, but
the movies were fantastic. The TV show I didn't find quite as engaging.
Dude,
but this movie, great movie. Any movie with Ricardo Montalban as the villain.
Should I start back?
Yeah, this movie was a really good movie. It was very, very funny. And for some people who may need catharsis, you get to watch O.J. Simpson get brutally injured over and over again.
Yeah.
But only 2 people found room on the list, so therefore it gets a rank of C. Next on the list, The Serpent in the Rainbow, picked by DeadMan. DeadMan, this one's all you, my friend. Tell me how you predicted Bill Pullman would actually be in that coffin.
It's now a movie.
I'm not even going to go off on that one. This movie is amazing. It's horrific. It's a love story. It's everything you want in a movie. And voodoo on top of it. The whole thing revolves around voodoo. It's It's I really don't know what to say. I've seen this movie probably 300 times in my life, and it's horrific. There's a scene where somebody gets fucking nailed through the head of their fucking cock. Like,
Ow.
it's
I hate when that
horrific,
happens.
and you see that spot where the chair just turned around. That's the scene that happens in, and it's all like in your head, but like real. It's
so to speak.
It's cerebral. Like it really leaves its mark on you. Like I said, I've seen this movie at least 300 times in my life, and if you look at my photography on Instagram, you probably understand that if you've seen this movie. This is one of the most horrific movies of its time, and at the same time, it's done incredibly well, and it beats the shit out of Romancing the Stone. I'll say that.
Well, I'm reminded of the movie Real Genius, where the girl asks Val Kilmer if he can hammer a 6-inch spike through a board with his penis. And this movie showed us the other way around on that.
It definitely did.
Which is probably why only one person picked it, and it gets a rank of D. Next on the list, the best movie of the year, but only 4 of us knew that. And
which is extremely shocking.
Since I did all the work on the thumbnail, I'm going to go ahead and start us off on this one.
Yeah, I
They
messed
Live
up. I know.
is a magnificent movie. It is street level like nobody's business. They did a lot with a very little budget. Roddy Piper should have had a killer acting career after this. And it has the absolute greatest street fight in the history of cinema. You will never find a more realistic fist fight between 2 adult men than what you see in this film.
True.
And that's one of the reasons that I love it. I bought the Roddy Piper figure of John Nada, and it was featured in the thumbnail. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Deadman.
So magnificent is also, again, it's not the right word for this, because this is way more than magnificent. The idea of our society being run by aliens and giving us subliminal messages, it's pretty just true to life, period. And like you said, Roddy Piper should have had an amazing career after this, and he didn't. And also, I don't know if you followed him as a wrestler, but he's in way better shape in this movie than he ever was when he was in a ring, which is crazy.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, the street fight, man, I've never seen so many fucking ball punches in my life, dude. It's like I think there's 13 ball punches like in that street fight. Like you just sit there and
there's a lot.
The balls the whole time. Yeah, great fucking movie. I'm sorry that the trailer's over at this point. Who's next?
Ed, why did you come here?
to let's see, I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. I tell you, me and Digital Caveman, we used to have these little, back in the day when we podcasted, when our first podcast, he had the Samuel L. Jackson app that had all these sayings, and I had the Duke Nukem for all you gamers out there, and he would always say, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. And we would do episodes just like hours on end about it. And this film, besides it being hilariously funny on that part, is such a deep movie, and everybody lives in their own little thought bubbles these days, you know. And this kind of shows you that there's something in a bigger thing in control of everything, you know, and not conspiracy wise necessarily, but just, you know, in general, it's like who you give your power to and believing what reality you choose to believe that you live in. And it's such a deep film. And you're pointing out John Carpenter. He did a fantastic job with this film. Probably one of the best things he's done. This film's a classic. Did I watch it when it came out? Probably not originally in theaters. I discovered it much later in life, but it's a very profound film. You see them on the street, you watch them on TV. They might even vote. You might even vote for one this fall. We did. You think they're people just like you. You're wrong. Dead wrong. Next. Great film.
M3, you want to wrap us up and address the chat?
Yes. This movie's great, and I have to au contraire, mon frere, on the fight scene. Good Lord, if that fight scene was 1 second longer, I probably wouldn't like this movie. Great fight scene, but all I'm saying is good. It's like a John Wick fight, man. That John Wick, those fight scenes go on for like 15 minutes and shit, but it's all good because I love Rowdy Rob Piper, man. A fucking guy who's one of my favorite wrestlers as well. But also this,
for the record, I said most realistic fight scene.
Cool. And also, this took place in 2025. Let that sink in. Yeah.
Wow.
Just like Soylent Green came out in 2000.
Who knew this movie was directed by The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I'm all in on all this and 100% conspiracy. And let me see chat over here. What's up, chat? Let's go into the first. We got Geek says Duke Nukem. I love it. DFS. Dose Studio says. Ace is yes. Our review. She honestly reminds me of a 9-year-old who's working on a daily basis. And I look forward to seeing. What are you guys talking about? Duke Nukem. Hey, you guys are talking about what's up? DFS is talking about Duke Nukem with the boys too. And Digital Roman Photo says I come here to kick ass and cheese, bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Hell yeah. Ace's place I just watched They Live. My 8-year-old. She loved it. Oh, that's cool. Ace is nice. Fumbling. Not well received at the time, but has aged so well since. Cult classic defined. Hell yeah. Digital Ronin, yes. They Live Now is a classical, politically relevant even today. So much fun. Yeah. Boss Man, I love this one. I'm all out of bubblegum. Hell yeah. Rob 78, yes. They Live. Hell yeah. That's great. Thanks for chiming in, you guys. Thanks for chiming in.
Yeah, and go check out Boss Man's channel.
Yes.
Very entertaining.
Yeah.
He does food
next
reviews
on the list here. Well, this one gets a rank of A due to 4 of us picking it. Next on the list, Twins. And this one is all DC and Ed again. Last time Ed went first, so this time DC, you can go first.
Well, any movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito are supposed to be twins, just the premise of that alone, you have to see it, and it's going to be hilarious. And the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger got all the good genes and Danny DeVito gets all the bad genes, and he turns out to not be such a nice guy, and Schwarzenegger's like too good, and then they finally meet, and Schwarzenegger is really excited about it, and DeVito not as much. Just it's great comedy, and these guys work so well together. I wish they would have done more things together.
Yeah.
Didn't they do another movie? One more movie together?
I think there was one more, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Neither can I.
So, but that's all I've got to say. Ed.
Yeah, Ed, why don't you I'm gonna go ahead and try and destroy a friendship. Ed, in the event that you and Digital here were the twins, which one would you be?
Obviously, I'm Nicole Kidman.
Oh no, that's not one of the options.
Oh shit, Ed, do you have something to cheers me with right there, Ed? You got to cheers me with something. Not even water? Come on, you don't have anything to drink?
No. I'm just crazy. This is a great film. I love Schwarzenegger anyway, and but obviously I'm Schwarzenegger.
Dodged the question.
I'm probably I don't know what I am. I'm Jar Jar 3PO, but that's different. Caveman, you can jump back in here anytime. I would love to say I'm Schwarzenegger. I'm probably DeVito, but not that funny. Oh my God, Danny DeVito. Really, this is his film. I mean, and Schwarzenegger coming off playing all the Terminator and the bad guys and stuff like that, and everything, the action heroes. He has got a great sense of humor and timing. And Caveman's right that I wish we would have got more of this ensemble of them working together. I'd love to see a sequel. If they put out a sequel tomorrow, I'm there to see it. Danny DeVito, during this time, he was hitting on everything he did. I mean, most of his films are great, and he's hilarious and he's serious. But this is just a fun film. This is a great popcorn movie. Caveman, if you want to jump in and say anything, I'll turn it back to you.
Yes, I'll go ahead and say I'll be DeVito because you love Terminator so much, Ed.
I do.
So I'll take one for the team, I guess, and I'll be DeVito.
And thank you for all those action figures everyone's about to send me. Anyway, that's it.
Well, great as this movie is, it was only picked by 2, and it gets a rank of C. Next up on the list, the film that really should have been S tier, but is only A tier. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Dead Man, why don't you tell us who you think framed Roger Rabbit?
I'm not going to start there.
Don't say Lone's mom.
I do want to say that this movie was so far ahead of its time it's also incredibly entertaining. It gave all of us a cartoon to fucking want to touch ourselves to as well, if we're being completely honest.
M3 knows all about that.
M3 does know all about that. And if you don't believe me, just go subscribe to his channel. You'll understand. But it was like I said, it was ahead of its time. It was amazing. It was everything that that Warner Brothers needed to do at the time. And the whole mixing of animation and real life. I think the only thing that happened even near its time was after this, and it was Cool World, which is also another good movie, but we don't need to get into that. Anybody else want to hop in here before I start talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is one of my favorite movies of all time. It didn't just mix live action and animation together for the sake of doing it. It actually gave you a story that made sense with it. And it turned the Toontown into a real place that humans could visit, at their own peril, obviously. Because, a cartoon can take a refrigerator to the head, but a human can't. Just like Eddie Valiant's brother killed by a piano. But, this movie is something special. I actually prefer Jessica Rabbit's rendition of that song than the original. Of course, the original came out in the 40s, I think. But, do right like some other men do. Christopher Lloyd has never been more menacing, even if you count Star Trek 3. I can't say enough about this film. It's one of the best. One of the best that I've ever seen. It's the best mix of live action and animation I've ever seen. Way better than, what was that one? Space Jam?
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Right? But anyway, are you really just bad, or are you just drawn that way?
Is it me? Oh, did you say me? Okay.
I did.
Okay. Here's something I just learned about this like a couple months ago in an interview. Eddie Murphy turned down Bob Hoskins' role in this film because he didn't understand the film. He's like, animation, and that's how ahead of the time this film with live action and animation was. And this would have been hilarious with Eddie Murphy, but I think Bob Hoskins nails his part in this film. He's ever much an important part of the film. This is a groundbreaking film. I'm surprised more people didn't pick this. I'm surprised it's not S tier. It may have been the #1 film of that year. It was so groundbreaking, and it still holds up. Even the animation holds up today. And there was a cartoon series that I liked later on in my youth, the Animaniacs, and I don't think that would have. I mean, the Animaniacs wouldn't have existed without this, which is Spielberg behind that. But anyway,
I hear that.
Well, you're absolutely right, though. You're not wrong in saying that.
Yeah, and I remember how I spent my summer vacation. I remember being the drunkest I've ever been in my life, watching that with a friend, and that was the funniest film I'd ever seen at that time because of that. But it was a lot of fun. But Animaniacs got a lot from that into the real world and breaking that fourth wall kind of thing. Jessica Rabbit, I forgot the actress's name. You probably
Kathleen Turner.
Yeah,
Kathleen Turner. Oh my gosh, she could romance any stone that I have. She's still all that, and she's my jewel of the Nile. Whatever, I'll keep going.
Even today.
Yeah, she's got more money than I do. No, my wife is my number one. Yes.
You mean your boyfriend? You.
All right. Well, Digital, I'd like you to do me a favor. I'd like you to take your cartoon gun, load in the Indian bullet, and fire it at Curtis and M3 for not picking this movie. Go ahead.
No.
But what I have to, everybody, I think everybody's kind of covered everything. But the one things that I want to touch on, that combinations of animation and live action have been done before this movie, and they've been done after this movie. But Who Framed Roger Rabbit has done it the best. I think it was perfect in its combination of live action and animation, and nobody has topped it to this day.
What's the rabbit's name in the
Spielberg.
basketball one? Judy Bugs.
Yeah, we're talking about Roger Rabbit, not your furry infatuation.
But and the fact that Toontown and they had cartoons from different studios were all in it. Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny together.
Right. If
Probably
you were ever
the
interested
only
in
time
seeing,
you will ever see that.
yeah, if you were ever interested in seeing Disney and Warner Brothers sharing the screen, this was probably your only opportunity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's no telling how much they had to pay to do that. And what was it? Daffy Duck and Donald
Well,
Duck,
look, it's right there in the poster.
the dueling pianos.
See Roger here? It cost him an arm and a leg.
It's true.
But Christopher Lloyd was great as the villain. Bob Hoskins, he was the great straight man. I can't see, like Ed was talking about, Eddie Murphy was offered that role. I can't see Eddie Murphy playing the straight man in this movie. So things worked out the way they were supposed to.
Yeah,
Exactly. And you pointed out that Spielberg did this. He also did Animaniacs. So there's the connective tissue there.
Well, he EP'd it.
Right.
Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs.
But
Pinky and Brain.
four of us was smart enough to pick this masterpiece of a film, and therefore it at least gets an A. Next on the list, Willow. Picked by Digital and M3. M3, I'm going to let you go second just so you can address the chat when you're done.
Okay.
Digital, go ahead and take us away.
Okay. First of all, I'm doubting this choice now that M3 was the only other person that picked this movie besides me.
Don't doubt it. It was a good movie. It was hard not to put it on.
Leslie Ann Warren alone is worth picking this.
I loved Willow. And just Val Kilmer in this, he was excellent. And this was even before I knew what the hell Val Kilmer was. Yeah, and I didn't realize it was the same guy that was in Top Gun. And I didn't realize that Willow Oofgood was the same guy who played Wicket the Ewok in Return of the Jedi. And I do know, like Billy Barty, I do remember, I knew who that was because, any movie that ever had little people or midgets or whatever they're calling themselves now, every movie that had one in it, Billy Barty was in it. And, but just the mystical aspects, the fantasy of this movie, it was great. And the fact that at the end of the movie, Willow defeats the evil witch by using his disappearing pig trick that wasn't even real magic. And it really threw Bavmorda for a loop that she couldn't figure out. No, what's going on? Oh. And plus Bavmorda's daughter was kind of hot too.
Oh yeah, Saoirse.
And I only made it like 3 episodes into the TV show, so I don't know what happened there.
No, well, thank God for that, man. That's not don't associate.
Yeah,
I
wasn't digging it.
It'll ruin things.
But M3, you can take it from
M3,
there.
I'm really sorry that I pushed you out of the way to let Digital talk first. I kind of said, out of the way, Peck. But now it's time for you to talk and represent your little people. Go ahead, brother.
Hey,
Talk
shout
about
out
your kinfolk.
shout out Warwick Davis, motherfucker. But guess who's smaller than Warwick? The little Mo, Lennon and Squeaky were up in this bitch, dude. They were like, hey,
Right, hey, M3. You know what? If you and I hung out, it would look like Willow and one of the little Lenny and Squiggy
Brownies.
they were always like,
brownies. There you go.
Daikinis.
Baby.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, and Val Kilmer and Saoirse, yeah, the daughter or the one that ends up falling in love with Val Kilmer's character, man. I love that movie. Absolutely. That's all. I love dragons. That time. If I went back to a time, I would go back to that time and be like with the, you're just all like.
You'd be with the dysentery and crapping in the corner of the castle and.
Great, dude. Good movie. I'll love this movie to the end. It'd probably be my top 6 movies of all time. But yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I know it's not my pick, but that does not look anything like Leslie Ann Warren.
No, they didn't do good.
They did a terrible job on this artwork. M3, before we move on, why don't you address the chat?
Yes, Geek Homeworld says, rest in peace, Val. Digital Ronin photos, rest in peace, Val. ToyMerc's fumbling through the galaxy, absolutely. Boss man. Willow blew my mind as a kid. Willow, bad mod again. Bad mod again. Fucking shit, dude.
Stupid bikini.
Well, shit, they don't even look like Val Kilmer or Willow, really. Neither.
Geek says Spielberg is the GOAT, and Fumbling says a few people said to Spielberg at that time it was a guaranteed payoff.
Warwick Davis was only 18 when he made this movie, because remember, he was 11 when he did Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So yeah, and he's already playing a father of like 2 little baby midgets. I'm sorry, not midgets, Pecs. But it was picked by 2 people, and therefore it gets a rank of C.
Get out of the way.
Yes, and before we move on, I don't know if M3 realizes this or not when he's reading the chat, but you know that Geek Homeworld, that's Ed, right?
Yeah, that's me. That's okay.
Right? He's only typing things in there to work you like a puppet.
I think what you meant to say was like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe.
The last film of the night, folks. This is the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Young Guns. Picked by Digital Caveman and Curtis. Curtis, you haven't gone first in ages. Go right ahead, my friend. Tell us how big those chickens are.
Bang, bang, pew, pew, bang, pew, 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 bang. I just explained the whole movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Regulators!
You forgot to tumble out the window in the box and then open up and bang, bang, pew, pew.
Yeah. All right. So, like, this came out, I think, 93? Or not 93.
It came out in 88, man. We're on 88.
My bad.
Oopsies.
Man, the sequel didn't even come out
Damn,
that late, dude. It came out in like 90.
Did you take some gummies or something?
Yes.
he took the wrong ones.
This came out in
You've been drinking some of
2021.
that shroom tea.
I took my last gummy.
He's out. That's the problem. M3, send them some.
It's got, a great cast, and they're putting together a third one.
Yeah,
with part of the cast, because of course some of them, but if you haven't seen this, you need to see this. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's one of my first westerns that I actually really liked, I should say. So it's a good movie. Next person. Sorry about that. I wasted too much time.
Yeah, go ahead, Digital.
You're muted. You're muted.
Digital, you're muted.
Yeah. That's what you get for making the M3 joke.
Karma.
He's what he means to say is his batteries are dead. He's got an old. There he goes.
All-star cast. This was a Western that came out in a time when Westerns aren't,
they weren't something studios were willing to do because generally they didn't make a lot of money at this time.
Right.
And this one came out and it did really well from what I understand in the theater. I'm sure Ed could look up the box office numbers real quick.
Well, Young Guns 2 was even bigger because it had the Bon Jovi song in it.
Yeah.
Young Guns 2
Yep.
was bigger because they shot John Bon Jovi
To the heart.
in
In
that
a
movie.
blaze of glory.
Glory.
Yes. The
To
best
the heart.
buck 80 I ever spent.
But these were like your cool guys from the 80s,
Yeah, it's like, half the Brat Pack.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then, they threw Lou Diamond Phillips in
Vampire.
just because.
So he drinks human blood.
Yeah.
This one
Tiger
drinks
blood.
tiger blood.
Winning.
There's the brother of one that drinks tiger blood.
Yeah.
Emilio.
This one drinks blood at 3 o'clock high. I have no idea who the hell this one is. And this one drinks La Bamba blood.
Yeah.
La Bamba
Hey,
blood.
Night at the Roxbury. Sorry, also.
Casey Sizemus. I've never heard of him.
Yeah, his last name's unpronounceable. That's what killed his acting career.
Must be.
But anyways, 2 people picked it, and therefore it gets a rank of C. And that is our final tally there, folks. Take a good
This is
look.
Surprising. This is surprising.
Right? Thanks to the Christmas episode, we'll still be able to pick Die Hard when we get to the S tier show. When
And
we're
maybe
done with the
Scrooge.
80s, after we do 89, we're going to do one where we pick our top 10 from all the movies that were S ranked throughout the 80s to see which movies can make SS tier.
Yes.
Double S.
Can anybody
But
tell that
that's not for
that
a couple of months.
But heard that Die Hard was only B tier. I mean,
No, hey, but
Pretty
here's the
good.
thing, Dead Man. We talked about that movie probably 4 times in the last 2 years, right? And we really so I left it. I intentionally left it and 3 other movies out. Like I have a top 15 that I wrote down, and I had to I was like, well, I'm going to talk about this movie instead. And that's the fault of mine that I didn't choose because Die Hard would definitely be in the top 10.
That's okay. That's
I mean,
okay, M3. Because
Well, like I said, the fact that it made S tier
It's
during
your
the
fault
Christmas
that
one
he's butthurt
makes it
though.
eligible still, so you're fine.
Yeah. Somehow I skipped They Live. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised, but not surprised because that happens, dude. You're writing shit down.
I just forgot like when I was writing shit down.
Hey, in the chat, Bull 80 said that's a lot of D's nuts on the screen.
Yeah.
I agree.
there was a lot of D's. There was a lot of D's.
A lot of these nuts too.
This just
Well,
shows me that
that's,
there was a lot more variety in '88 than we've had throughout the '80s.
Right, and it's only going to get worse, folks. It's only going to get harder to choose, because each year more and more movies get made, which means more and more crap gets made, but also there's a larger pool to choose from. But that's the results for tonight, folks. Now, before we cut it short, or cut it off, I should say,
Ooh, don't cut it off.
Ouch.
we've got
Ouch.
Dead Men here. So if anyone has any questions for ToyMerc's, please put them up in the chat. Likewise, for anyone else on the panel, you might have a question for about them or their channels or whatever's coming in the near future. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up while you guys comment in the chat if you have any questions for anyone. Dead Man, you want to let everybody know once again who you are, where they can find you, and what you're all about.
Hey, go for like 5 minutes, dude. Keep going.
Yeah.
Earlier
I
you
probably
showed
could.
some. Yeah, earlier.
Actually, Curtis, since we're done with the show now, I'm gonna stop sharing this, and why don't you put Dead Man on blast so that he can show the piece he was gonna be giving away earlier
You
on
give
a
away
larger
D's.
screen.
I don't want to
Everyone
see
can
Dead Man's piece.
He's he's giving it away, dude. Charge for it. You can make money, I'm sure.
First off,
Yeah.
Curtis is lying. He's been begging to see my piece. But
Damn.
so
In the dark.
over at
Ew.
the ToyMerc's YouTube channel, we have a huge giveaway going on. There's actually 2. ToyMerc's hit 5K on Instagram, so we're doing a giveaway, and we're doing an Instagram based giveaway where you basically just have to comment and and follow the page and all that.
Like, share, and subscribe.
And then we're going to be announcing that giveaway the winners to that giveaway anyway on it's next month on the 21st, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Well, I mean, the show starts at 6 p.m., but that's not when the winner is going to be announced. But the show starts at 6 p.m. And for that giveaway, I can show you we're giving away this brand new Mezco Morbius, brand new, never been opened. And this Mythic Legions, which I can't find right now because it's dark as shit in here. So anyway, so yeah, there's Mythic Legions there, and then
which one is it? I might have one handy.
It's carrying cross.
Is it this dude?
Guy. I don't know. I can't see you.
Before we switch over to digital to see if you got your skeleton, show us the motorcycle again.
Yes,
the motorcycle you showed earlier.
Also, this is the grand prize for the giveaway on the 21st, which is this giveaway is YouTube based. Have to be a YouTube. You have to be watching the show in order to win this. And there's 13 other prizes that were given away on the same show, but this is one of them. It's the Mezco Biker Gomez. It is brand new. It has been open, however. And that was just enough for me to decide that it did not fit in with me personally. I bought it for myself, and I'm more of a horror photographer, and I couldn't find the horror in this. It is super cool. There's a lot going on. It's awesome.
On that motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, that thing's amazing, man. I'm definitely going to be watching that night.
Yeah, it's a good. It's a great fucking toy. It really is. It was pretty expensive, but it's either I sold it or I gave it away. And since ToyMerc's hit 5K, I figured fuck it, I'll give it away. You know.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shit in there. He has a whiskey bottle in here that's the hardest part for me to give this away because he comes with a whiskey bottle, and you can open the bottle up and take the whiskey out, so it's an empty whiskey bottle or it's half full. And I really don't want to give that away, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah,
and the Gomez bodies are always the best articulated at Mezco, and the bike may work perfect for some dreadnoughts.
Oh, the bike would be really good for some dreadnoughts. It's a nice bike. I opened it up, and the bike sat next to me for a couple of the bike with Gomez on it sat next to me for probably about 2 weeks, and I was just like, I don't want this. I don't see myself ever taking a photo of it. I don't want it. And honestly, that's here's a little backstory. I actually bought this figure to put this head sculpt on that body and thinking maybe that I would like it. And getting it in hand and looking at the back of it, I decided it wouldn't work out with the coloring and all that, and I didn't want to paint it. So I just figured, fuck it, I'll just give it all away.
That's cool, man.
Well, that's very
so go follow the ToyMerc's YouTube. I know we've been in the chat, and you can you can hit the chat thing and find us and follow us. You have to be subscribed. Have to be there.
ToyMerc's is all one word, guys. All one word. When you search for ToyMerc's, all one word. Don't search Toy and then Merc separately because you're gonna get some other jackasses. Search ToyMerc's, all one word.
Them 2N motherfuckers.
Subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss the show.
Yeah, and to be fair, we don't know that they're jackasses yet. All right.
Well, I don't know, man. Them not answering your questions or blocking you seems pretty jackass behavior to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Screw the haters.
Well, here's the thing though, is that they I don't really want to get too much into this tonight on live, but I was in their chat today and I was talking to them and they were bringing me up on the screen. They were talking to me as if they had no idea who I was. So it's we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're not jackasses. Maybe they're just a bunch of nice old guys just like us who like toys.
I think that might be what's actually happening.
Yeah, that may well be the case.
I think so. That's what I think. That's where I'm at right now. I mean, we're all fucking ToyMerc's. There's nothing wrong with calling what you do ToyMerc's, just as long as you know what ToyMerc's is and give homage to the ToyMerc's community.
Homage.
I believe somebody had a question for you in the chat. Question for ToyMerc's. This comes from DFS. What is the ToyMerc's battle cry?
Oh, there's so many of them. We are all ToyMerc's. ToyMerc's are Legion. And my favorite one of all is have fun, be creative, and don't be dicks to each other.
Hey, DFS, but my first thought was
The tongue is that the
Do you,
tongue?
do you do a flip out of the tree when you do that, M3?
Yeah, M3, why don't you just address the chat real quick?
Hey,
There seems to be a lot of new stuff in there.
DFS said nice. DFS said they are G.I. Joe dudes I've seen. Bossman said subscribe. Bossman said ToyMerc's. Geek Homeworld. Who is that? I'm sure
That's me. That's me, dude.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought maybe he might be really good looking. There's a Geek Homeworld.
It says Ed, Geek of Geek Homeworld. It
Ed
says
of
it right
Geek Homeworld.
there.
You were talking. You heard him talking about dicks and all that, and you just got
Boss
so
man,
it's
subscribe.
okay.
Ace's Place said old school. Fingers crossed. Fumbling through the galaxy said, oh, Biker Gomez, firefighter. Digital Ronin says, winners announced Wednesday, the 21st on Merc's Live. Old school said, Aces, hopefully it's good. Aces said, pretty sure Emilio. And I was like, Emilio. Confirmed it. And then back to the DFS. Right on, you guys. Thanks for being here, you guys. That's fucking cool, man. That's great.
Yeah, don't forget we have giveaways as well.
Wait, our buddy Cobra Clan just jumped in and said, hey guys, thanks for inviting me to your party. Yes, Cobra Clan.
What do you mean, our buddy?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I've only talked to that guy one time.
He was in there earlier. He was that other guy.
All right, well let's not turn it into that. Let's not turn it into that. We're gonna go backstage in a minute here.
Yeah.
Ed, why don't you tell us who we are, where we can find you, and we'll wrap it up.
Okay, I'm Film, TV, and Tech. We talk it. Usually stream on Saturdays or whenever the hell I feel like it. Caveman knows that. I'm like, you up for live streaming? He's like, yeah, maybe. But anyway, so youtube.com at Geek Homeworld 4248. I just hit 92 subs. I know that doesn't sound like much, but I've been growing my YouTube in the last year. So I went from 23 subs now to 92. So thank you all for listening, like, sharing, subscribing. I've been doing all this since 08. But anyway, thank you. Please check me out. And thanks for Prophet for a fantastic show as usual. And everybody in the chat, thank you guys as well.
Nice. Digital.
I am the Digital Caveman. I do action figure reviews on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Digital Caveman with 2 N's. Don't put 1 N, 2 N's at the end. Make sure you put that second in. On May 26th, I will be dropping my 1000th review episode. And later that night, we're going to have a 1000th episode celebration. So please be sure to tune in to all of that. And I'm changing things up a little bit for that week, but then we'll go back to a normal schedule.
He's going to be naked in saran wrap with mayonnaise.
Nice.
So you want to watch.
So this is the time where we shut the show down. We're about to go backstage. Curtis will throw a link out in the chat.
I already did.
We're only going to leave it up for a couple of minutes. Wait, are we doing that tonight, Curtis, or no?
Yeah, we're doing it.
All right. So we're only going to leave the link up a couple of minutes. We got to wrap this up quick before Cobra Clan says something that forces Curtis to ban him.
Yeah.
So, you got about 3 minutes after Curtis puts the link up. Go ahead, Curtis.
Yeah, I already do have the link up, but yeah, just to let you guys know that I do have a ton of stuff to give away, and I'm gonna bump it down to we need 50 people in the chat at one time just to open the first tier. The first tier is going to be the Prince Adam and the Cringer.
Oh, excellent.
So, which I think I got right here.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember you brought that.
The
up.
artwork on the back.
The
is
excellent
great, too.
figure. I have it myself. That Cringer is amazing.
It is.
Why do they call him Cringer? Is he cringy?
Because
I
he's
don't know.
afraid of
Beardy
everything.
cat.
It was before.
Oh,
It was before.
Because he's a little pussy.
And then here's one
the
of
Archie.
the bigger ones.
Nice.
Hey, if I'm in chat, can I
Gotta
win
love
that?
Galaxy Squadron.
I'm in chat. How many times do I need to be in chat? give me. Star Wars fan.
Well,
I'm a
you need
Star
to
Wars
have-
fan. Don't
Yeah,
stand-
everybody on the
Oh,
panel is not eligible to win.
Damn it.
I knew that
Oh,
was gonna be
really?
the case.
Wow.
My
Wow,
Tesla bot will be here in a minute.
We do these things with ToyMerc's where people from the community bring in their own prizes, and as long as you did not donate the prize, you can win. Period.
No, that's cool.
That's
Well, we've
We've done that.
We've done something similar in the past, and the problem came that one of the people on the panel took home everything, and everyone was complaining about it being rigged, and we're like, nope. I guess look, if you're on the panel, if you want to win,
And that makes sense.
then
That makes
don't
sense.
join us on the panel.
Yeah.
Right.
We definitely don't bring everybody on with us, but I think I won something last time.
We love people that are active in the chat.
Yeah.
Doesn't
we
matter.
do.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, I'm definitely not here for getting the subs and stuff to make money, because I'll never take any money from YouTube because I don't want to deal with all that BS. I'm just trying to help out my
don't want to
buddies
deal
here.
with extra taxes.
Yeah, I just want to help out my buddies here that have their own channels that might be trying to do that or whatever, So that's the reason why. I'm just trying to.
We're all here to make sure M3 gets more eggplants.
Yes.
All right, folks. Well, we're right at the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna go ahead and jump it off
Oh,
right off the cliff
well, I don't know you that well.
and crash into the backstage like Thelma and Louise. Except we're not gonna die, hopefully.
And one of our
But,
people here.
yeah. Anyone who wants to be on, click that link. And beyond that, I'll just say good night and thank you everyone for coming and commenting in the chat. And we'll see you guys for 1989 at the end of May.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And remember,
God bless.
Ace will be our special guest on that night. Ace's Place 22.
Okay.
So check out his channel and subscribe as well. And we'll see you all next time.
Y'all be safe. Love, peace, and hair grease, and God bless you all.
Sexual chocolate.